Welcome to the October 11th meeting of the Torrey Planning Commission. Start to call the roll.
Mr. McGarry. Mr. Wolke.
Here.
Mrs. Ehrlich.
Here.
Mr. Titterington.
Here.
Mayor.
Here.
Mr. Westmeyer.
Here.
Mr. Emmerich.
Here.
We have a quorum.
You've received the minutes of our last meeting. Are there any additions or corrections?
Make a motion to approve. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Next item on the agenda is review of the City Beautification Committee's proposed plantings and color palette for 2024. I will note that my wife is on the Beautification Committee, therefore I will be abstaining on this issue.
Hi. Gareth Johnson representing the City Beautification Committee. I have brought with me Renee Levy, who will be doing the flower plantings as she has done in the last couple of years, and she's going to present to you the colors and the types of flowers that we will be presenting. Now, I have with one question, I don't know if one of you can answer me, but I have noticed that there's been an urn taken out over on the corner by the Stouter Boutique, wondering if all those urns around the city are going to be removed at some point in time.
Which one's been removed?
It's over there by the corner that crosses over to Prouty Plaza.
Where the hospice store is.
By the hospice store.
Oh, I think it's going to return at least for a limited time. We've got the streetscape project in 25, 26, but I think that one was taken out maybe temporarily because of the...
They were moved to Hobart Arena. They're on the sidewalk at Hobart Arena.
The urns are?
Mm-hmm.
Will the new...
No, it's just temporary till they finish this work.
Till they finish, so they'll be put back in a square so that we can plant
I
underneath them?
believe so, yes.
Okay. All right. I'd like to present Renee Levy with our flower plant.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. Renee Levy with Garden Stone Greenhouse, here to go over the proposed colors, plant material for 2024. Mixing it up a little bit, getting away from some of the pinks and purples. Well, we're going to use purple, but more pinks and stuff. So as you know, around the fountain, Mercer Group plants that. It's always usually red, white, and blue. So there's 4 baskets around the fountain that are going to be red, white, and blue to match that. We are going to do more red, white, and blue next year, incorporating some yellow. And the red color will be kind of what's actually in the merchant pots out front here. That red's kind of a scarlety red color, so it'll be really bright and showy, I feel like. Commissioner Mercer has requested that we do red, white, and blue all up at the courthouse too, so that's why I thought maybe it would be good to incorporate some of it around downtown too. So Adams Street will be more purples and yellows. Using the same type of petunia, instead of it being the regular vista, it will be called a mini vista. Plant will grow just as big, flowers are just smaller, but more prolific. I mean, the flower power will be there, they'll be very bright. These are a lot, this is all the vistas, mini vistas. That's what's down in the merchant pots too, in front of the city building, is the mini vista scarlet. Market Street will be more of the red, yellow, white, and purples, and so that will kind of go with what's going to be around the fountain then. And then, like the city building planters right out front will have a lot of the purples and the oranges and scarlet colors in it. Prouty Plaza will incorporate the red color there with the purples. And then the downtown urns will be every other one, scarlet, purple, and then the coordinated colors underneath it like we did this year. And instead of using 3 dragon wings that got ginormous this year, only used 2, and then 2 petunias. So hopefully you'll be able to see more color from the petunias instead of just all of the dragon wing. And let's see, and then like I said, another urns will be coordinating. Merchant planters will all match. They'll all be red, scarlet, purple with a little grass in it, so that's what'll kind of be out front, and so that's kind of what I'm thinking for next year. We were down at the Cincinnati Zoo for the breeder trials there, and they used a lot of the scarlet and the yellow. I am going to do, as you can kind of all tell, there's 3 different colors usually in each basket. Sometimes one color dominates. This year it was jazzberry. So as you're going down the bridges, on every other pole, it'll be a solid color. So like it'll be solid yellow and solid purple hanging together, or solid yellow and solid red hanging together. So it'll be just like a big burst of one color. Because if there's other colors in there that don't do that anyway, then why even have it in there? So I think it'll be a real good pop of color that way. It'll be, and then like there'll be, like one side there's 5 places to hang, the other side there's 4. So then the next section I will do like a combination of like purples, or like the scarlet, yellow, and purple together with white in it. So kind of what I'm thinking for next year. So questions or comments, or I would love any kind of feedback. So something that you would like to see or not like to see, or
Are there any questions or comments?
I call Renee our head flower fairy, and love to call her crew just the flower fairies. We always know when spring has arrived because the flower fairies are out and around downtown. You do such a beautiful job, I'm not even sure why you have to present this to us, but I have no comments or questions, other than flowers are beautiful, and we get lots of comments.
Okay, good, thank you. Yeah, I love to do it, so, yeah, it's an enjoyment. I love coming down each week and painting, and, yeah, so, yeah, okay.
I like the ones that were outside City Hall on Franklin and the one side,
Yeah.
whatever you call them,
Yeah.
they were beautiful.
And we'll be using the red bananas again, in there, and hopefully we can, these got really, really big, the bases got really big this year. I don't know if I'll be able to replace those in there or not, but if not, I have 4 at home because I just treat that like a bulb. I cut them off and then just reuse them, so it won't be an additional
Somebody did
cost.
ask me what you do with those, and
Yeah.
I think she
Yeah.
reuses them.
I do. Yeah, so, but they really got big, so, yeah. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, so, all right.
I don't have any
Well,
comments
thank-
except great job. Looks
Thank
wonderful.
you, thank you,
Thank you.
yeah. All right.
Anything else?
Do you need a motion?
Mm-hmm. All right, we do.
Move
Thank
to-
you.
Move to approve the plan.
I'll second.
Same thing.
Clerk will call the roll.
Mr. Wolke?
Abstain.
Mrs. Ehrlich?
Yes.
Mr. Titterington?
Yes.
Mayor?
Yes.
Mr. Westmeyer?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Approved.
Okay, next is the Addison Landing subdivision, or the staff have a report.
Yes, sir. So we did hand out a revised preliminary plan. The only difference is a road name was given on your chair. The one road name was too close to another road name inside the city, so that was changed, and that's been passed out. So city
That's
council...
an internal road?
Yes.
Not McCaig or Lidle?
Not North or Lyle, just internal. Yep, so city council approved a rezoning request on this parcel from city administered county zoning to the city zoning of R5 single-family residential with a minimum lot size of 6,000 square feet. The preliminary plan is the first step of the approval of this subdivision. Should the proposed subdivision move forward, a final plat will follow to create the lots and to dedicate the streets and public utilities. So this development will include 208 buildable lots that range from .149 acres to .338 acres and will be developed in 4 phases. The first phase will create 51 lots and the second phase will be about 55 lots. Access to this development will be provided by 2 separate points. The east access point is located off of the expanded Dorset Road, and this will serve as the main entrance to the subdivision. The other access is off of Lidle Road. The development will be served by city water and sewer lines. and there will be a 5.4-acre infiltration basin on the northeast corner of the development that'll be maintained by the HOA. The developer is proposing to provide private open space of 15.95% within this subdivision, and this did receive a unanimous positive recommendation from the Park Board. Landscape easements are being provided along Dorset Road to prevent properties from having direct access to the expanded Dorset Road and to buffer the properties. Staff recommends that Planning Commission accept the proposed preliminary plan as it is in accordance with the zoning code, subdivision regs, and other engineering standards. And that'll conclude my report.
Will these be public streets?
These will be public streets.
You use the term expanded on Dorset. Don't you mean extended?
Extended, yes, and it's wide existing Dorset.
Okay.
But is it also lengthened?
It's lengthened and
And
widened.
widened, okay, that's why.
Okay. I was confused on the map. It appears as though Dorset will stop at Lytle and then continue again some distance down the road. Am I reading that correctly?
So where it curves becomes Lytle, where it goes straight is Dorset. So from the curve heading west is all Lytle.
Okay. Any other questions or comments?
I see it in your report, but you didn't say it for the record on the easements. Those easement areas are going to be the HOA's responsibility,
Yes, sir.
not the city's.
Not the cities.
Do we have a motion? Do we have a motion to accept?
I'll make a motion to accept, yes, please.
I'll move to, second it.
Call the roll.
Mr. Titterington?
Yes.
Mayor?
Yes.
Mr. Westmeyer?
Yes.
Mr. Emmerich?
Yes.
Mr. Wolke?
Yes.
Mrs. Early?
Yes.
Preliminary plan is approved.
Okay, next item is the plan development application and general plan application.
Yes, sir. So this is from BBC Management LLC on behalf of the owner, Ian Hugel and Charles Eistern, for the Planning Commission to consider a general plan approval for advanced plan development for part and lot 11550, which is parcel 4 of the plat of survey of volume 62, page 3. This consists of 58.09 acres. The established zoning on this property is AR. The property is undeveloped and currently being used for agricultural purposes. Surrounding districts include R4 planned unit development and R2 single-family residential to the east. County zoning of A2 general agricultural is to the west, north, and south, and I did include a zoning map in your report. This general plan is the first step of the PD process. Each phase of the development will require a final development plan and record plan in order to create the lots to be sold and to dedicate the streets and public utilities. So this development will be developed in 3 phases. The first phase consists of 67 single-family residential lots on the west side of Nashville Road. The second phase will consist of 49 lots, and the final phase will consist of 73 lots. Access to this development will be provided by 2 connections, one from Nashville and one from West Market Street. A future third access point is stubbed on the south side of the development as the future Swales Road connector. These are being proposed as private streets, which is one of the reasons why the request came for a planned development. The private streets will be built to have 5-foot sidewalks on both sides and a 2-foot curb, which is consistent with our construction standards. Road improvements include a realigned Nashville Road and widened West Market Street, and then they are giving us the future right-of-way on the south side of the development for the Swales Road connector, which is in accordance with our thoroughfare plan and the comprehensive plan. This plan development is proposing 12.54 acres of private open space. The subdivision regs for straight zoning require 3% Plan developments require 10%, so they are doubling those requirements. As a part of this plan development process, staff did request that they provide a pedestrian amenity, which is walking trails around the retention ponds. And then they also are proposing park equipment on the southeast corner of the development. And that did receive approval from Park Board at yesterday's meeting. The comprehensive plan future land use displays this property as future industrial with neighborhood commercial. However, it was noted at our previous rezoning that it's outdated. It's from 2005, and council did push for this property to be rezoned instead of R5 to AR, which led to this plan development request. Staff recommends that Planning Commission provide a positive recommendation to City Council to approve this request for PD and general plan approval, subject to the following condition. A second egress is established and maintained for each phase in accordance with the Troy Fire Department. The proposed rezoning is found to be consistent with the intent and purposes of the zoning code, comprehensive plan, and similar zoning classifications in the area. That'll conclude my report.
This morning, I received an email from the President of Council. I'm not going to read the entire thing, but I'll read some excerpts from it. The plan development process is to be used sparingly. Section 1145.01C spells it out. It is the further intent of this zoning code that plan development zoning be applied only in situations where conventional zoning is inappropriate or unduly restrictive. In many situations, conventional zoning will fully satisfy the objectives of the city's comprehensive plan. And then he says, I am not seeing where the conventional zoning of the R5 request is inappropriate or unduly restrictive. Would you address that, please?
Yes, sir. So the first one is that City Council changed the zoning classification from R5 to AR with the intent that this would come back as a plan development to add an extra layer of review for the plan development. Additionally, they are providing a range of lot areas all the way from 6,000 to 9,000, which is in between the R4 and R5. So there is a mixture of uses in this development. And then as well, they are providing additional pedestrian amenities with those walking trails and playground equipment.
Well, I think the main reason for the plan development is because of the private streets. They simply could not do that with the straight zoning and meet our subdivision regulations. It requires them to be city streets and public streets.
So your recommendation is pursuant to guidance from City Council. Am I understanding that correctly?
It's a portion of it, yes.
Okay. These will be private streets. Will the city collect trash in the subdivision?
We will not collect trash. Correct.
Okay. There will be restrictive covenants. Who will enforce those?
The HOA.
Okay, so the city will not be involved in the restrictive covenants?
We do not enforce covenants and restrictions.
Okay. And you did mention that current conditions warrant the use of this for residential rather than, as in originally in the comprehensive plan of industrial. I'm hoping that when we deal with the revised comprehensive plan, that we do take a look at the diminishing amount of industrial properties we have in the city. Any other questions or comments?
Just a spoiler alert, on the end of the meeting, we were going to talk about the comprehensive plan and the process we're in, and then upcoming meeting, the Planning Commission will have feedback on as well. So we'll get to that after this is resolved.
Okay.
Well, more specifically, the consultant is coming at the next Planning Commission meeting, and so while you have those thoughts, Mr. Chair, and anybody else and everybody else, that's our time as the planning board to provide our input into that process. That is in essence, this is one of the focus groups, one of the primary focus groups that they want to hear from. So that kind of feedback is going to be helpful for this. I do have another question if I can.
Go ahead.
And that is with regards to the stormwater utilities. So that was a significant concern of the neighboring properties. How are they handling that, and, you know, what does the mayor say about its adequacy or even overcompensation?
So we have not gotten the full design of it yet because this is general plan review. Our next step would be the construction phase before we come back for final development plan review. But that is a process that we will go through after general plan approval.
I think you might say this in the report on the utility side, but how many acres are dedicated to stormwater management, the retention area? Does it say?
It does not talk about specific areas, maybe we can calculate that up, but we do have 2 proposed stormwater detention ponds proposed on the site. The one is 5.7 acres and the other one is 5.3 acres.
So 11 acres.
Mhm.
So, okay. Pretty big. Thank you. You are the...
Could you identify yourself, please?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kirk Ritter with DDC Management, the developer, and I just kind of wanted to get up here and address mainly that storm drainage question. We believe we're showing what is adequate for the site, and also there's ample room in these open space areas to expand the ponds if we did get the final design and those needed to be expanded some. So I just want to address that concern.
So there's enough space that if we wanted to oversize it, I see the city engineer in the back of the room, there would be room to be able to do that?
Yes, there's, in that open space area where the ponds are located, there's ample room. I mean, there will be some slight adjustments, but I think we're able to do that between this and the final plan. So.
Thank you.
And then I'm sorry, I'm here to answer any questions as well that anyone might have, including the public.
Any other questions or comments?
My question's for the staff. Can you explain the swales thoroughfare connector thing to me? How is that going to work?
So the Swales Road connector was established in our thoroughfare plan, which is a section of our existing comp plan that basically establishes priorities of road improvements. So the Addison Landing subdivision, which we reviewed previously, was the reason that Dorset was expanded. This one called for Swales Road to have a connector all the way up to, I believe, Wilson Road.
Okay,
So that's the reason.
thank you.
Do we have any other questions or comments? If not, the first decision is whether or not we want to hold a public hearing.
I move that we do not hold a public hearing.
Is there a second?
Second.
Clerk, call the roll.
Mayor,
Yes.
Mr. Westmeyer,
Yes.
Mr. Emmerich,
Yes.
Mr. Wolke,
Yes.
Mrs. Ehrlich,
Yes.
Mr. Titterington.
Yes.
Motion is passed. Commission will not hold a public hearing.
Okay, is there a motion concerning a recommendation to City Council, and does that motion include the addition requested by staff?
So it'll be both for zoning to PD and general plan approval with the condition
With
reference.
conditions.
Yes, yes.
So they'll have to come back again.
For final development.
Yeah.
Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion of what you just stated in regards to, if you'll repeat that.
Do we have a second of what he said?
I will second.
Clerk will call the roll.
Mr. Westmeyer,
Yes.
Mr. Emmerich,
Yes.
Mr. Wolke,
Yes.
Mrs. Ehrlich,
Yes.
Mr. Titterington,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes.
Motion is approved.
Okay, and staff has more they would like to tell us.
So American Church of Point will be presenting at our next meeting on October 25th. Really just doing an introduction on who they are and the type of work that we're kicking off. We do have a week of public engagement scheduled for that week, which will include a visual tour and several stakeholder meetings. Those calendar invites have started to go out, so we're looking for as much feedback as possible. We will also be doing a radio show broadcast on the 24th at 8 o'clock, so tune into that. And then at the Hometown Halloween event, we'll be having a booth trying to get public feedback. So
By radio, you're talking about the low power station in Troy?
Power 107.1.
Okay.
There will also be a community survey that is being put together that will be sent out as well, so be looking forward to that.
Will we also be doing something similar at the Grand Illumination?
Yes, we'll have a booth there, as well as links to the public survey as well.
Also have a booth at the Hometown Halloween event to try and capture families as well. So they'll be attending 2 of our events.
Will that be the only item on the agenda?
We are very hopeful, yes.
We may need to deal with other business.
Yeah, we will to address those either before or after, but we hopefully that will be the only agenda item.
Anything else from staff or the commission? If not, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned.